Hello again, and welcome back. My name is Colleen Hatch. I'm the Assistant Teen Services Librarian at the Woodmere branch, and this month we are making Wool Ball Daisy air fresheners. In your kit, you will get a pretty hefty needle, a small dropper bottle of orange essential oil, a small bundle of string, a car air clip, clip for your air vents. There we go. And then 8 of these wool balls, 1 kind of center color, and then 7 other ones for the outside. From home, you will need just a pair of scissors. All right, so we will go ahead and bring it out of the desk so we can see what we're working on, and we'll get started. All right, so what we want to do is get our needle out and get our thread out. And then we're going to thread our needle. Might be a little tangled, so you want to make sure that that's all unknotted. It shouldn't be too bad. I try hard to not make it too complicated to get undone, but it's string. It has a mind of its own sometimes. Alright, there we go. Alright, and then this needle is a pretty hefty needle, which is nice. So you want to go ahead and thread that through. You could use a needle threader if you have one, either from our previous projects or one from home, but it is a pretty big needle head. I don't think you're going to have too many issues with it, but I could be wrong. As I struggle, of course. Alright. If you have issues too, sometimes the very end can be a little frayed. You can trim it off and try again too. There we go. Okay. Just takes a little effort. Alright. So, just pull enough through that you are not going to lose that end. You don't need to double it up or anything. It's not quite that hefty of a project. And then, what I would say is go ahead and figure out what order we want these in. This gray one is going to be my center, and then I can figure out what order I want the other ones in. Could do like that. Yeah, sure. Okay. I've got 3 purple, 2 blue, and 2 pink, so I'm going to have more than purple and anything else, but that is okay. Maybe I'll switch the pink and the blue. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright. So, on the other end of this string, we want to tie a nice good knot. So we're going to just tie a regular overhead knot, just make a loop and put the end through the loop. But I'm going to twist it around a few times just to kind of get a little bit bigger knot. Pull it down and tighten it. And then I'm going to tie another knot right on top of it. I'm just making extra sure that we're not accidentally going to pull this through. Same thing, just twist around a couple times. And then I've got a pretty solid little knot on there. Alright, so we want to start with putting all 7 balls for the outside just in a line. So we're going to go straight through, and you might have to kind of push this through like on your table because it is pretty dense. Alright, 1. Try to kind of keep it as centered as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it kind of keeps it looking a little more neat and tidy. 2. 3. 4. 'Kind of adjusted. That one was a little off center, so I went through and fixed it. 5. Oops. Let's not throw it on the floor. 6. I'm going to put that gray one aside for now. We don't need it quite yet. And last one. Make 7. Alright. Make sure I still have an end there and I'm not losing my end. Alright, so we've got all 7 in a row there. They all look like they're pretty even. So I'm going to actually just pull this up a little bit to give a little extra room here, which is totally fine because we just need to tighten a knot. So I'm going to pull those forward so I have a little more string at the end. And then we're going to tie this in a really tight knot, as tight as you can get it. So, alright, it's kind of tricky initially, but we're going to get it. It's going to be fine. Ah, no I didn't. Alright, let's try again. Alright, I'm going to wrap it a couple times and hope that maybe that keeps it tight. Alright, I'm going to put my finger right there to kind of keep it tight while I make another loop there. That definitely helps to twist it a couple times. So another knot. Oh, there we go. And we'll do one more. I want to make sure this is absolutely not going to go anywhere at all. So we're going to just kind of go through a couple more times and knot it all up. Alright, and we've got our little circle there. You can go ahead and trim off the beginning end here that I kind of pulled down to make more room, because we're good now with that. I am still connected, which is awesome. Alright, next step is going to be to attach your center. As you can see, it kind of fits right in the center there, which is perfect for us because that's right where we want it to go. So we have our string coming out the top here. So I'm going to go straight down through the middle of this ball. Boop. Pull it. And then I'm going to go and wrap straight across and kind of flip it over. And then I'm going to go back through it again. And this is just kind of securing it in place is what I'm trying to do now. So we're going to go like that. And we're going to pull it nice and tight. And you can see that that is stable, but it also made my flower kind of weirdly lopsided. You can see it kind of has some gaps at the top. So we're going to go from a different direction now. And keep in mind that this is, there can be a backside to this, so I'm just going to kind of flap this over, even though it's going to show a little bit of the string, just because it's going to be on the back anyway, and you're not going to see it. So I'm going to move it over to where the gap is the biggest, go through it again, and pull. Ooh, there we go. And kind of just repeat this until it looks a little more stable and it looks a little more centered. And just kind of make sure that anything that looks weird is on the back side for you. That way you're not, running into any issues. Kind of up to you how particular you want to be. As we probably all know by now, if anyone's watched my videos, I am more particular than most. So I'm going to go above and beyond, more likely, because that's just how I am. All right, I'm going to tuck it right here because we've got a little gap at the top. So I'm going to tuck it between this blue and this purple and run it again. Come out between the blue and the purple at the bottom. And then just keep pulling these really tight so that we're not, showing this extra string. That's not, you don't want to see that string. Oh, look how much better that looks now. Yeah, we're getting there. All right, and I'm going to do one more right up through here between this blue and purple because we've got just a little tiny gap in there. And then I think I'm going to call it good so that I don't kill myself doing this a bajillion times. Alright, just be careful with this needle. It is quite a hefty needle and it is quite a sharp needle and we're pushing through pretty tough little balls, so just be careful with it. Pull that nice and tight and I think that that looks pretty pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to determine which side is the back. I think this is the back. I can see more string on this side than the other. Alright, so now we need to make this into an actual clip that can go into your car. So this is a car vent clip. It's got a little hole in it. We're going to attach it to this center ball there, right in the middle. So we're already kind of through the center one right now. So we're kind of in a good place to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go back up to the center here. So I've just got a little bit of a gap. You can see there on the back of that gray. Pull that through. All right, like that. And then we're going to place this on here. And then we're going to go over through the middle here. And then we're going to go back kind of underneath and through just the top layer of this gray just to get that attached. And then we're just going to kind of run it through a few times. Make sure it's nice and stable. Let's get that first one on there. And you can see that now it's attached. Now it's attached, but it's not very stable. So we're going to go through that middle again. Now we're going to just repeat a few times until it's not going anywhere. So we're going to go underneath through that gray. Doesn't have to go super duper deep, but give it a little bit so it's not just going to slip right back off. And pull again. And just repeat, I don't know, maybe 5 times or so. Again, depends how, like me, how particular you are, how much time you want to put into it. But we want to make sure that if we're going to make it, it's not going to fall apart the first time we use it either. So there's 3. Oh yeah, we're getting better. Let's do 4. Don't need to go through that pink. Alright. And we'll do 1 more. Through the middle. Underneath. Out the other end. Not through that purple ball. Thank you. Okay. It's actually getting, I think, a little more difficult as I get more stitches in it. Alright, there we go. Alright. So there is 5. And it's on there. Like, I can pull pretty hard and we're not going anywhere. So I feel pretty confident that that is stable. So we want to go ahead and tie this off. What I usually do is I go underneath a previous stitch, kind of thread my needle underneath, or 2, if that's what you catch your needle underneath, that's fine. And then in this loop, I'm going to tie a knot. So I'm going to wrap my needle through the hoop a few times, and this acts as a knot for me. So then when you pull it, you have a notch like that, and then we can cut it off and we should be good to go. I'm going to leave just the tiniest little tail so that we've got a little room to work with, and there you go. So I'm going to bring you up and show you this a little closer, and then we'll show you what to do with this guy. And yeah, let's check it out. Alright, so this is our little flower here. We got our car clip attached so that would go right on your car vents. And then with the oil, you can just undo it. I said this is orange essential oil, but you could definitely grab whatever kind you want. We just wanted to give you some. And then you just put a few drops on there. And the idea is that when your car blows air and it kind of goes through this air freshener, that it will make your car smell nice. And it does discolor a little bit, but it should dry down a little bit lighter than that. So yeah, then you can just clip that right in your car vent. It looks cute. Keeps your car smelling nice and fresh and citrusy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little fun spring craft for you. And if you want to come pick one of these up, we have them at the main Woodmere branch, and we would love to see you stop by and grab one. So, thank you guys again, and have a great rest of your spring.